Immigration. The word sparks debates, emotions, and divisions. From border walls to sanctuary cities, this issue has shaped America's identity and politics. Today, we explore the top 10 states in the USA where immigrants feel safe to run to. First up, we find ourselves basking in the golden glow of California, a state that's no stranger to making headlines, whether it's for its avocado obsession or its uncanny ability to produce celebrities who are also somehow politicians. California leads the pack with its sanctuary state law, SB 54, which limits local law enforcement's role in immigration enforcement. Essentially, it's like telling a hall monitor they can't tell the principal about someone chewing gum, but that someone is facing potential deportation. Critics argue that this approach strains public resources, stretching already thin budgets like a pair of yoga pants after Thanksgiving dinner. They claim it's a case of good intentions paving the road to fiscal hell, but supporters counter that it's about basic human decency. Next, we find ourselves in the concrete jungle of New York City, a place where dreams are made of, well, mostly overpriced rent and the faint scent of urine. It's a city that never sleeps, and if you do, it's probably because you can't afford to go out. New York has always fancied itself a beacon of inclusivity, a melting pot of cultures, a place where you can get a bagel with a schmear at 3 a.m. It's a city where you can hear 10 different languages in a single subway car. With its green light law, New York allows undocumented immigrants to get driver's licenses, which, let's be honest, is probably more about making sure everyone on the road has passed a basic driving test than it is about sending a message. After all, navigating New York traffic is a skill in itself. Supporters of the law argue that it improves road safety, because nothing says safe driving like someone who's terrified of being pulled over for a broken taillight and ending up in a detention center. They believe it makes the roads safer for everyone. Critics worry that it encourages illegal migration, as if the allure of a New York driver's license is enough to make someone cross continents and brave the perils of LaGuardia Airport. They argue that it sends the wrong message about following the law. In the fourth spot, we have Illinois, the land of Lincoln, where the biggest question isn't whether or not you like deep dish pizza, you do, everyone does, but whether or not you believe in the power of sanctuary. Illinois passed the Trust Act, which bars local police from detaining individuals based on their immigration status alone. It's like saying you can't arrest someone for jaywalking if they happen to also be out past their curfew. Supporters argue that this is a step towards justice, a way to ensure that people aren't being unfairly targeted based on their immigration status. However, illegal border crossing can lead to severe legal consequences and potential deportation. It's crucial to understand the risks involved. Hold on to your hairspray, folks, because we're heading to New Jersey, a state that's often overshadowed by its glitzier neighbor to the north, but which has quietly become a haven for immigrants. New Jersey's Immigrant Trust Directive ensures that immigrants can report crimes without fearing deportation. Advocates for this policy call it humane, compassionate, and the kind of thing that makes you want to stand up and applaud. However, illegal border crossing can result in detention and a criminal record, affecting future immigration prospects and raising concerns about security. Washington State, known for its strong coffee culture, grunge music, and rainy days, takes the 6th position on our list. The state offers undocumented immigrants access to health insurance and financial aid for college, reflecting its progressive stance on inclusivity. However, it's not all smooth sailing. Illegal border crossing can lead to family separation and financial hardship, casting a shadow over the state's welcoming policies. Of course, this wouldn't be America without someone yelling about the bottom line, so the question inevitably arises, who foots the bill? It's a valid question, but also a bit of a red herring, because the real issue isn't about money, it's about priorities, it's about what kind of society we want to build. Do we want to live in a country where everyone has a chance to succeed? Or do we want to live in a country where only the privileged few get to enjoy the fruits of their labor? The choice is ours to make, and Washington seems to have made theirs. 7th on our list is Oregon, a state that's known for its stunning natural beauty and its craft breweries. Oregon's unofficial motto is "Keep Portland Weird." Oregon has been a sanctuary state since 1987, which in political years is basically the equivalent of the Jurassic era. They've been refusing to use state resources for immigration enforcement longer than some of you watching this have been alive. However, Illegal border crossing here can result in limited access to social services and healthcare. Supporters argue that Oregon has always been a leader, not a follower. It's a classic case of states' rights versus federal power, a debate that's as old as the country itself, and just as likely to end in a stalemate. Next, we find ourselves in Massachusetts, a state that's synonymous with history, education, and an accent that's either charming or grating, depending on your tolerance for dropped RS. The Bay State's Safe Communities Act limits local police involvement with ICE because apparently they believe in the radical notion that your local police department shouldn't double as a deportation force. Advocates for the law argue that it makes communities safer because when immigrants feel comfortable reporting crimes without fear of being deported, everyone benefits. However, Massachusetts also faces challenges with illegal border crossings, leading to exploitation and unsafe working conditions for some immigrants. It's a classic case of who's in charge here, with both sides claiming the moral high ground and neither side willing to back down. In ninth place, we have Colorado, a state that's known for its stunning mountain views and its craft breweries. Colorado also boasts surprisingly progressive politics. The state offers a mix of policies that have made it a magnet for immigrants, including access to driver's licenses and protections against workplace exploitation. However, illegal border crossing can result in legal challenges and limited job opportunities. Critics argue that these policies are a drain on resources and that they encourage illegal immigration. But supporters counter that these policies are not only morally right, but also economically beneficial, as they allow immigrants to contribute more fully to society. Hold on to your crab cakes, folks, because we're heading to Maryland, a state that's known for its Chesapeake Bay delicacies, its charming cities, and its surprisingly contentious politics. Maryland counties like Montgomery have become battlegrounds in the fight over sanctuary policies, with local officials pushing back against the Trump administration's hardline stance on immigration. It's a classic case of local versus federal power, with small-town mayors and county executives facing off against the full might of the federal government. The debate over sanctuary policies in Maryland has divided communities, pitted neighbor against neighbor, and generally made everyone question whether it's even possible to have a civil conversation about immigration anymore. But hey, at least there are still crab cakes, right? However, illegal border crossing can lead to difficulties in accessing education and public services in Maryland. Our final stop takes us to Vermont, a state that's known for its maple syrup, its stunning fall foliage, and its independent spirit. Vermont has a long history of protecting immigrant workers, particularly in the agricultural sector, because apparently they believe in the radical notion that just because someone is working in the fields doesn't mean they should be exploited. Of course, this being America, there are those who argue that these protections prioritize business needs over border security. They claim that Vermont is a magnet for illegal immigration, a haven for those who want to skirt the law. But supporters counter that Vermont is simply trying to do the right thing, to create a more just and equitable society for all. So there you have it, the top 10 states where immigrants feel safe to run to, or at least the top 10 states that we had time to cover in this video. These states have become sanctuaries, offering a sense of security and hope to those seeking a better life. As you can see, the debate over immigration is complex, nuanced, and about as likely to be resolved as the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The arguments are deeply rooted in history, culture, and politics, making it a topic that stirs strong emotions on all sides. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't try. Efforts to bridge the gap and find common ground are essential. Community initiatives and volunteer programs play a crucial role in supporting immigrants and fostering understanding. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about laws and policies, it's about people. It's about human beings with dreams, aspirations, and the desire to contribute to society. It's about our friends, our neighbors, our colleagues, and the very fabric of our society. The relationships we build and the communities we create are what truly define us. So the next time you find yourself getting heated about immigration, take a deep breath, pour yourself a glass of milk, and remember that we're all in this together. A moment of reflection can help us see the bigger picture. Or at least we're all on the same planet, hurtling through space at an alarming rate. Now it's your turn. The future of our nation depends on how we handle these challenges. Do you think sanctuary states are a beacon of hope or a recipe for disaster? The opinions are as varied as the people who hold them. Should America adopt stricter immigration policies, or should we focus on reforming the system to make legal pathways more accessible? The choice we make will shape our nation's future. Comment below and let us know your thoughts. Your voice matters in this ongoing conversation. End screen like, subscribe, and share. Stay tuned for more discussions on the issues that matter.